In stark contrast to all the bitterness and anger of the previous song, this poem is the first Sangam poem that I choreographed some decades ago. And for me, it still remains ever fresh. Sri A.K. Ramanujan says of these ancient Sangam poems, many of which go back 2 millennia, he says that in their antiquity and their contemporaneity, there is not much else in our Indian poetry to equal to these quiet, dramatic poems. And in the 40 years, nearly 40 years, that I have worked on Sangam poems, I have never ceased to be astonished, exhilarated, moved, touched by their close relationship, kinship with the natural world, the kinship of these poets with the natural world. This poem, as I said, is something with a difference because it is not love that has soured. Rather, this evokes, captures that delicate moment of transition between childhood and adolescence, when a young girl becomes aware of boys as something other than a nuisance. And for the first time, she realizes the pleasures of flirtation, perhaps. And with the humor that's characteristic and the subtlety that's characteristic of Sangam poetry, in the song, rather poem, she speaks in retrospect and narrates how she tells her friend, "Do you remember that naughty little chap who used to tease and torment us when we were children together by destroying the sand castles that we built, by snatching the flowers from our hair, by running away with the striped ball that we played with? Do you remember him?" Well, the other day, my mother and I were together in the house when we heard someone at the door asking for a drink of water. My mother said, "Take it to him in this golden goblet." And I, all unsuspecting, went along. And there, this stranger suddenly caught hold of my hand in a tight grip and pulled me towards him. "Amma," I cried, "see what he has done." And my mother came running out in alarm. Though the poem doesn't say so in so many words, you realize that by the time her mother emerges, she recognizes this handsome young teenager as the naughty little imp of her childhood days. And now something seems to have changed in the equation because she wants to shield him suddenly from her mother's wrath. And so she tells her friend, "I told my mother that he choked while drinking the water, and that is why I screamed." And while my mother, in concern, stroked and patted his back, that wicked rogue kept shooting, killing, provoking glances at me out of the corner of his eye and made me laugh. Well, the poem ends on that tantalizing note, leaving much to the imagination of the reader, and in this case, the audience. And I heard from the great art historian and archaeologist, Dr. Nagaswamy, the late Dr. Nagaswamy, that these Sangam poems, many of them were actually written to be danced. So there is, The moment I read this poem, I felt I could see it in my mind's eye. My mother brought it to my attention, and I have never looked back. I have a standing love affair with Sangam poems.
Sa ni ni sa ni ni ga ma 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 da ma ma ga ri ni ni ga ga ri sa ma ma ga ri ni ni ga ma da ni ni ga sa ni ni sa ni ni ga ma 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 da ma ma ga ri ni ni ga ga ri sa ma ma ga ri ni ni ga ma da ni ni ga sa ni ni sa ni ni ga ma 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 da ma ma ga ri ni ni ga ga ri sa ma ma ga ri ni ni ga ma da ni ni ga sa ni pa ma ri ga sa ni ri ga சுடர் துடி கேள சுடர் துடி கேளாய் சுடர் துடி கேளாய் சுடர் துடி கேளாய் தெருவில் நாம் ஆடும் மணல் சிற்றிகாலி சிறைய தெருவில் நாம் ஆடும் மணல் சிற்றிகாலி சிறைய தெருவில் நாம் ஆடும் மணல் சிற்றி தெருவில் நாம் ஆடும் மணல் சிற்றில் அடர்போர் சிறகத்தால் வாக்கி உண்ணு நீர் ஓடி வா என்றாள். யானும் தன்னை அறியாது சென்றேன். யானும் தன்னை அறியாது சென்றேன். என்னை வள்ளை முன் கை பற்றி நலிய. யானும் தன்னை அறியாது சென்றேன். என்னை வள்ளை முன் கை பற்றி நலிய திருமந்திட்டு அன்னாய் இவன் செய்தது காண்கிறேனா. அன்னை அலறி படர்தர. அன்னை அலறி படர்தர. உண்ணு நீர் விக்கினான்